Okay, so I'm going to show you how to paint a cute little festive set. So this is the Nails Luxe art paint palette. I'm going in with white first of all, and this is brush L, and I'm just laying that down flat to create some petal shapes. You could do this with any colour. I really like white at Christmas. I feel like it makes the greens and reds pop if you pair it with them. So I've just popped a couple of those on. Next, I'm mixing the shade Forest Green with the shade Caramel. And this will just make a really nice warmed tone green. So just mixing those together. And then I'm going in and adding foliage on next. So just creating different shaped leaves. Pulling them in. A little tip when you are putting leaves around flowers, if you want the biggest ones close to the flowers and you want them to get smaller as they move away from the flowers. So I'm doing these as tips, so I'm basically just filling the bottom tip of the nail with the foliage. And I'll just keep adding these until I am happy with them. I'm next going in with the caramel shade on its own, and I'm just popping that in the centre of the flowers. I'm now going in with a brighter shade of green. This is leaf green, and I'm just going to add that in some areas just to add a different shade of green and to make the colour pop a little bit. So just overlaying that with some of the green that I've already put down. I'm now picking up red. This is shade Classic Red. And I'm just popping some little dots of that in, like berries. Just popping those in different places. Picking up some more. And then just for a bit of extra redness, because it's always nice and festive, I'm creating some little flowers as well in the red. So I'm just picking a few areas where there's gaps and just popping in some little flowers here and there. These paints are really beautiful. You can make them more pigmented by using less water, and they just make art so quick. Once you top coat as well, they really pop the colour, so they're really quick and easy to use, so perfect at Christmas when you're busy and you need something that's going to be quick and not as time consuming. I'm taking that caramel shade again and just dotting that in the centre of those flowers. I've then picked up a tiny bit of black and I'm just using the very tip of my brush to dot that around the centre of the flowers. And I'm just pulling it out very slightly onto the petals. Not too much, just to kind of emphasise that centre and give it a bit of more of a 3D realistic look. With the red ones, because they're quite small, I'm just kind of dotting the black a little bit in the centre. So that is all the art paint bit done. I decided to make them extra festive, so I'm going to go in with, these are the smoky quartz flakes from Nails Luxe, and I'm using a mixing gel. This is brush E. Mixing gels are available from Cookie, and they're really good for kind of encapsulating things in. So I find them amazing for putting over watercolours because they will seal those in. But also really good for encapsulating flakes in because they're really sticky. So the flakes stick really well and lie really nice and flat inside a mixing gel. It's a little bit like a clear builder, but it's a bit thinner and easier to work with. So I've just applied a layer of that over, and now I'm just picking up some of the flakes on a little silicone tool. As you can see there, they're really pretty. They don't interfere too much with any colour if they go over anything, but they just add a really nice pop of shimmer. So I'm just kind of dotting them into any little gaps. I'm not too worried if it overlaps anything though, because as I say, they don't interfere too much with any colour. I'm just dotting them in until I'm happy. And after that, we are then ready to go in and top coat that in. Do make sure you use some sort of clear builder to make sure that the watercolour paints don't go anywhere. And this is the final result. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope you enjoy.